I was lucky because, you know, sometimes you start to work out for a movie or like Men in Black, I lost a bunch of weight and that was awful because I was on these juice diets and I hated it and it was, you know, but that was more Tommy's lithe, you know, body when he was, you know, back in his 20s or whatever. This thing I had to be in really good shape, you know, at least until, you know, that point. You know, I got in better shape for another movie after that, but this one was because of the fight, because of how physical it was, because I had to run. I chose not to smoke in it, even though it's like one of those roles that if you want to smoke, that's the role to smoke in. I didn't want to smoke. So I did this thing, Krav Maga, that John O'Mara had learned, I don't know, a portion of or a version of when he was in World War II. And so I did that on Olympic, and I would get up every morning and I would go to these guys and they would, you know, kick the shit out of me, and, you know, and I hated it. I mean, I didn't hate them. I'm just getting to an age where it hurts more. Do you know what I mean? So I just kind of have to get through that moment, and I was very happy that I did it because in the end it really helped us get through those scenes. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the film, because I have not even a forced pride. I think it was forced for a while, but you know, Los Angeles, when I grew up here, I didn't want to be from here. I loved California. I was a surfer, you know, since I was 11 years old. But you know, I thought to be an actor, and finally when I decided I wanted to be an actor, you had to be from New York, and New York had more character, or the this or the that, and then I realized that all that's kind of bull. And then you come back to LA, and there's as many, you know, guys with character here as there are anyway. Oh, you got to go down to Venice Beach, and you'll see all the character in all of Manhattan down in Venice Beach. Um, and also, it's an amazing state. You know, you have the ocean, you have the mountains, you have the desert. You know, there's an incredible diversity here that you don't get in a lot of states. They say we don't have seasons. That's just so not true. We just don't have them in LA. You know, if you drive anywhere else, it's a very long state. So for me, just, you know, the fact that the movie took place here, we don't do a lot of movies in LA, period, anymore. And we sure don't do a lot of movies about Los Angeles, and we don't do a lot of historic movies about Los Angeles. And that's what this was for me. So as a point of pride, to be a part of that was a huge necessity for me. You know, it's like, please let there be a character in this movie that's, you know, that jazzes me up, because I really want to do this movie now before I've even read it, because I know it takes place in Los Angeles and it's about the history of Los Angeles. I don't think we talk about it too much. Sometimes you work with actors and you talk about how great it is to work with. We don't ever talk about that with each other, but it seems to be that way because we keep looking for things to do together. Like, we're going to work together again in August, Crazy for the Storm. And, you know, with some people, I think Sean probably more than anyone, it's just easy with him. The guy completely immerses himself in a way that I find inspiring. And, you know, and he's also, forget him being a friend and all that, just growing up, you know, and even though I knew him, you know, a little bit, was the fact that he was one of our best actors. And now what, it's, you know, 25, 30 years later, and he's still one of our best actors. And there's something to be said for that. He had that with De Niro, I had that with Sean, I had, you know what I mean? So, and he's a peer, and it's fun. We have a good time. You know, we take it very seriously, but we also, there's a lot of ribbing going on. We have a good time.